What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we're going to be talking about headshots in Modern Warfare, and I'm going to be answering the question, do headshots really matter in this game? Now before we get into this, I just want to give a quick plug to the control freaks that I was using with this gameplay. These are the brand new Modern Warfare ADS editions, and I'm really liking these ones so far. They look incredible, they feel incredible, and just in case you guys aren't aware, control freaks are a thumbstick attachment, just clips onto your existing thumbstick, which increases the length of your thumbstick, and therefore it gives you a greater range of motion, which helps with your accuracy in game. I use control freaks literally 100% of the time I play, and if you guys want 10% off, I will leave a link down below, and you can use the code exclusive for that 10%. Now, for people that aren't used to the Call of Duty franchise or haven't been around the Call of Duty franchise for a while, you might think this is a ridiculous question. Of course headshots would matter. But with Call of Duty lately, we've actually been getting away from headshot multipliers, or at least high headshot multipliers. And in general, headshots haven't really mattered much on a lot of weapons since Modern Warfare 3. In Black Ops 2, this is where we started to get those 1.1 times headshot multipliers, which barely boost your damage, and therefore in most situations, headshots are useless on a lot of guns. There are a few exceptions mixed in there throughout the years where headshots are absolutely really good for you. And also, we have been seeing attachments that give you extra headshot multipliers, like the high caliber attachment. In Modern Warfare, there hasn't been any signs so far of a high caliber attachment, and this has a lot of people worried that headshots won't matter at all, and it doesn't really matter if you're shooting them in the foot or if you're shooting them in the head. Now, throughout the alpha, I've been doing a lot of weapon testing. I actually have a ton of weapon data already, including headshot multipliers, and good news for people that like headshots, we actually have really solid headshot multipliers this time around, and in almost every situation, headshots will be reducing the number of shots it takes to kill. The multipliers I've calculated so far range from about 1.3 all the way up to more than a 2 times multiplier to your damage, depending on the weapon. For the standard sort of full auto like ARs and SMGs for instance, we're looking at a 1.3 to 1.6 times multiplier. And this means, like I said, headshots are definitely helping you out in this game, and you can really melt people quickly if you are landing those headshots. Now, personally, I'm really excited to see this. I'm really happy to see this because there is that trade-off of risk and reward, and there is a higher skill ceiling in general when it comes to landing headshots. You can decide for yourself, do you want to take that little bit of extra time and aim for that smaller target, or do you want to just snap on a target as fast as possible and hit those torso shots and require 1 extra bullet to kill? Now, having said this, even though I really like that headshots by default actually matter in this game, there is one other factor to consider here, which is a little bit concerning. It's still fairly early days to really say too much about this, but this is flinch, or what a lot of people will call aim punch. And this is that mechanic where if you get shot by an enemy player, your aim will kick upwards. Now, on one hand, flinch definitely makes sense in a somewhat realistic sort of a way, even though it's not fully realistic. But if you get shot, at the very least, it would be impacting your ability to aim at your target. Obviously not fully realistic, because if you get shot in real life, it's going to do a whole lot more than just flinch you a little bit. But we're talking about a video game here, and in that sense, flinch does seem to fit. So I can definitely see an argument there. However, when it comes to balancing skill properly in the game, flinch just creates a lot of inconsistencies. First off, flinch makes it so actively aiming for the head will actually be punished, because if the enemy manages to land a bullet on you, then you're flinching above their head and completely missing their target. Whereas if you were aiming low, which is not really requiring as much skill as actively aiming for a head, then if you get shot and you flinch, you'll still generally be on target. The other part of this that we've seen a lot in the past with Call of Duty, and this has been a big complaint in the past with Call of Duty, is having flinch with good headshot multipliers means that in many situations, the player that actually gets the first bullet on target is punished because they will often flinch the other player up into a headshot when they otherwise would have just been hitting a torso shot. I've seen this quite a few times already with the 2-shot kill weapons like the Desert Eagle and the M14. Where one player would land the first shot on target, and all it would do is flinch that other player so that they actually land a headshot, which is a 1-shot kill with those weapons. Now, in these situations, there's really not too much skill involved there. Like, yes, you might be actively trying to aim a bit lower to compensate for the flinch that could be coming, but that's not exactly a highly skilled precision thing to do, just aiming at their stomach, for instance, and expecting to be flinched up when you get shot. Now, like I said, this is still really early days when it comes to Modern Warfare, and in general, I don't think the flinch is all that bad in this game. Yes, if you get shot by a really high damage weapon, there is a very noticeable amount of flinch, but for the average full auto gun out there, I haven't really noticed an extreme amount of flinch by any means. And therefore, I'm not too concerned about this at this point. I am happy we once again have really good headshot multipliers, and you are generally rewarded for aiming for the head. But anytime you're talking about high headshot multipliers, the flinch topic does start coming up. And therefore, it's something that I think we definitely have to keep an eye on as time goes on. But that's just my opinion though. I'd like to know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about the fact that headshots once again matter in Call of Duty? Also, what are your thoughts on the flinch mechanic in this game based on your experience with it so far? Do you think it's in a good place? Do you think it should be completely eliminated? Or do you think it's not enough flinch? Just let me know those thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.